We out here. We with the rap. Yes, sir. 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 Wait, did I do low latency? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yes, sir. We out here. We out here. We out here. Mm, I'll wait for like 2 minutes. Oh, actually, let me just do this. Share it here. Is that arm? All right, cool, 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 cool. It's cooling. We cooling. We cooling. We cooling. Let me try to get Instagram in here. Can we get Instagram in here? Let's see. I'll try for Twitter. Let's try Twitter. And let's try Instagram. We were like till 7:10. And we'll go discuss uh, YouTube live reading order flow. Order flow. Order flow from today's session. What up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, say hi on the chat. Say hi in the chat. What's goody? Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Put in the chat. Put in the chat. Where y'all coming from? 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 Crazy. Yeah, this link. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Texas in the building. Texas is in the building. I like that. Ooh, I like that. Like it, like it, like it, like it, like it. We out here. We out here. We out here. Just trying to get to uploading it on Instagram. Uploading on Instagram. Damn, Texas in the building. Damn, I've never been to Texas. Never been. Never been. But I guess everything's bigger in Texas. Is that what they say? Everything is bigger in Texas. Yes, sir. Yeah. Here. Everything's bigger in Texas, huh? I know my mic is really low. That's why I gotta really yell. Last couple of videos really low. I'm trying to get a new mic. I know. Pretty pretty sad that this mic is not really the mic that I need to do, but we'll get the hang of it. All right. Give it to like 2 more minutes for people to come in. If you broke, what broker do you connect with TradingView was good? I'm in Morocco. I'm in damn, you in Morocco, but I'm from NYC. 11:06 p.m. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's a lot of brokers you can connect to TradingView. I like Tradeovate. I connect with Tradeovate for my broker, for my personal account. Copied my answer from Texas. Jeez, Texas is like its own country, bro. East, West, and Central. That shit crazy. Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Who's out of the United States? Where all my peoples worldwide? Where they at? I know we got a lot of people from worldwide. Damn, it's crazy to see people. I'm from Jersey, Northeast, New Jersey. If you can't tell by my accent, New Jersey in the building. I know we got a lot of people from India. We got a lot of people from South America. A lot of people from Africa. Um, what else? Who am I missing? Australia. Australia's in the building. Even with the time difference, Australia's been rocking out. Um, United States, Chicago, Florida, California, Texas, Canada. Canada's too is in the building too, a couple of times. Yeah, Canada's in the building a couple of times too. Yeah, shout out your states, shout out your states, shout out where you're from. Yes, sir. Yeah, crazy week, guys. Crazy week. Um, been a crazy week. Crazy week for the last 2 weeks, ever since the war started. Um, order flow and big participants been coming in and out. It's a risk off for all of the um, all of the large institutions. Been risk off for the market uncertainty. If you could see with the daily chart, a lot of people, a lot of the large players don't like uncertainty, so they stay out of the market. It's a risk off market right now for equities. Um, and yeah, we're not going to get a huge move up until we understand what's going on with the war and if there's a resolution to the war. But right now, with the war still going on and energy crisis worldwide with the with Iran controlling the Strait of Hormuz, it's gonna be crazy for oil prices and Trump speaking as well. So it's like you never know. Headlines are gonna come out. Trump said we won the war already. Um, Iran's attacking commercial oil tankers at the moment, so it's like give and go. So it's like you don't know what's going on. Investors and long-term holders, they don't want to stay in this market. They rather put their money somewhere else. And you just gotta wait. You gotta wait for if you are a long-term holder or long-term portfolio, you gotta wait until the VIX is gonna get higher than 30 for volatility. I think we're gonna get that in the next couple of days because Trump has been crazy in saying that we won the war, but he's still trying to attack Iran, and Iran's still attacking American troops. So, um, yeah, everything's based on what's happening in Iran and U.S. And Trump just released 170 something million barrels from the U.S. Reserve for oil barrels, and we only have 400 400 million reserves. So he released a quarter of that, and he's saying we won the war, but he just released that. So you know, we really don't know what's going on. But for us, and what we do is we just trade the markets um, on a daily basis. So we just have to look at what's going on the daily basis. We just got to maneuver um, between these like war headlines or whatever is going on. Um, but I have the 5 minute chart pulled up here. I think we have enough time. People come in. But yeah, right now we have the 5 minute chart pulled up here. And you just got to know your environment when you're trading. I have three indicators that I look at every day when I come into the market. You wake up, I have my three indicators, which are I have the session volume profile, I have VWAP, and I have my actually only ICT thing I use are ICT kill zones. I have all of that in the free Discord link in bio if you want to use these indicators that I use. But everything in this chart right now that you see is these indicators that I have present. So number one is volume profile. And with volume profile, the session volume profile, I can understand if we are in a balanced or in unbalanced market um, when New York opens. So I use that, and you can see that with the yellow markers right here. I have value area high, which is the top yellow dotted line here, and the bottom yellow dotted line is value area low, and in the middle right here, I have my point of control. The white dotted line, point of control. If you hear that phrase a lot, point of control is where all the buyers and sellers agree on a price. And it's just like anything you buy or you sell or whatever. Um, for let's put like I guess not like I don't know what's an item where everyone agrees on the price. I don't know. Let's just say um like bananas or yeah bananas whatever. Everyone agrees on a price like bananas is supposed to be $1 per pound or whatever the case is. So everyone agrees on that, and the highest volume of buyers and sellers are in around a point of control. So everyone agrees that $1 is an average price for bananas. You get what I'm saying? So buyers and sellers agree on that price. So price is just going to stay stagnant around these areas. So when you are a day trader and you classify yourself as a person that day trades every day, you do not want to be in the area of point of control because point of control is where buyers and sellers agree, and you're not going to go anywhere because here's your sellers, here's your buyers, and they agree on this price, so they're just gonna keep fighting back and forth on that price, and you're not gonna go anywhere, right? Because I call it, or we call it in auction market theory, fair value, right? It's fair value for buyers and sellers. Come in here. All right, I like $1. I'll sell it to you for $1. It's average price. You buy for $1, you sell it for $1. So it's good. Like we agree on the price. So that's what you got to look for. Number one, pre-market before New York opens. Are you in a balanced or unbalanced market? So coming into here, right? Coming into futures. This is futures. If you guys don't know, I don't. We don't trade anything else but futures and indices. So we trade the whole summary of what's happening in the equities market, the stock market. So this is a whole overall. I'm trading NQ. This is the Nasdaq. This is the top 100 stocks of the stock market, and it's all in a basket, and it's called the Nasdaq. And these are futures contracts, which then are used and they are derivatives, and these are used either if large institutions wants to hedge their positions, or if people like us, retail, want to buy and sell contracts, and you're trying to react or predict the price levels of what's going on. So here, that is the first thing you want to look at if we're in a balanced or unbalanced market coming into market open at New York. So here we see that we're just, like right here, the light blue starts here, and then we end up here at the end of the light blue. All this right here just signals that we are in a balanced area. So from this bottom to this top up here, this is a whole range where we are just agreeing that this is fair value for the price of NASDAQ and what's going on in the overall context of the fundamentally overall what's going on with the world, and what's going on with equities. So here, there's nobody really taking control here, right? So um, equities open, futures opens up 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. We have an hour break, which is between 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 p.m. opens, and then we have price go on for Asian session, and we have price for London. So you have two sessions in your favor that you could see where volume and where buyers and sellers come in. So that's very important for when New York opens, because New York session is the last session opens for the futures market, right? So you have two sessions of data that you can use to your advantage. Like you should understand when you're trading these markets that you have data from two sessions before you even take a trade, right? So from here, if you're just looking from market open from Asia, then to London, and then now New York opens, you understand that we're just stuck in a range. So you understand now that within this range, if we're gonna break this range, we're gonna go heavily in one direction once we break this range. And that's just looking at um volume profile, right? Because you understand auction market theory. We're coming from a balanced, unbalanced market. Balance means we found fair value where, buyers and sellers, we agree on a price. Unbalanced markets is when we trend and we do not agree on price. One side controls it. Buyers control it or sellers control it in that moment of the day, right? So when we have this like consolidation area for pre-market, we understand that we can break out of this and just trend to the way the way it's going to break out, right? And to understand where we're going to break out, you have to understand what barriers are going to prevent you from breaking out or not, right? So volume can only take you so far, and then you have to go into you have to zoom in further to understand what's going on in depth more. So the volume will tell you what's going on. The second thing that I want to tell you is MGIs, and MGIs are market generated information, and that term I use is the term key levels on what I'm looking at. Key levels on what I'm looking at when New York session hits, right? Because we have a lot of data from 6 p.m. when it opens till now 9 p.m. We have 13, 14 hours of data that we can use to our advantage, right? So the data that I'm looking for are MGI's market generated information, which then you see here is our London low, Asia high, London high. You have previous day high up here, previous day low here. We have weekly levels and we have monthly levels. With all that, I have 15 levels, including the volume profile that I'm looking at. 15 levels for you to trade during um, New York market open, right? Not even looking at even how when the price gets there. Not even looking at that. So I already have a plan from the volume profile to the MGIs. So you guys understand that part of it, from MGIs to volume profile. You have levels. You have the levels that are backed up with volume, right? That are just happened, right? We're not looking at hourly. We're not looking at 4 hour. We're not looking at 15 minute. We're not looking at daily. We're just looking at the last 12 to 13 hours of what just happened. Well, we are looking at the monthly and the weekly. So we're all looking at um, um, daily and weekly and monthly levels. But besides that, we are also looking at just what happened the last 13 hours, 12 to 13 hours. So as a day trader, this is the levels you should be looking at. There's nothing else you should be looking at if you just want to make money daily consistently. There's nothing else. What else can you look at? You can't. Why an hour? Why 4 hour? These are just fractals, right? Volume is the one that moves the markets. Now, for volume profile, if you put your volume profile with these MGIs, these are low volume nodes, right? Um, and these low volume nodes dictate what happened just 12 hours before. So you can expect or not expect that these levels are going to react when price hits it. So without order flow, um, you could just already know where are you going to attack, right? What areas you're going to attack price. Just from that, just from those two indicators, you already are 2/3 you're already 2/3 of being profitable. That's it. That's all you need, right? From there. And then let me stop there and let me just take the questions from the chat, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, okay. I guess it's always Trump be lying. What size do you use for SVP? What do you mean? What row size? Default settings for SVP. Hi from Nigeria. Is it being recorded? Yeah, this is on live right now. It's gonna be my live tab once I've done um all the explanation and everything. But does it make sense for you from volume profile and MGIs and key levels um for day traders that you're supposed to look at, right? You're supposed to look at these things. You're supposed to look at these things and have a plan before market open, right? So these levels help you understand where volume came in the last 12 hours, and then if the areas that it hits, like low volume nodes, are these buyers and sellers, are they going to come in again, right? And then you just use VWAP to understand the basic short-term trend of the market. So right now, today, obviously, we come in, we hit VWAP, and then we went down. Hindsight, we went down, right? But we didn't go down like straight down. We just went down, we broke out, and then we just flipped around for the most part after like 10 o'clock, right? So, but we understand we're stuck in this range. But there's a lot of opportunities when market opens and when volume hits, when large, or I call them whales, come into the market and they want to position themselves and get to a certain area for them to do whatever they want. They want to hedge options. They want to basically what it is hedging options or getting into positions for long-term portfolios. That's basically what it is for these institutions, because what it is right now is no one knows what's going on, and it's risk off. So the way these markets are moving is any um, large order that comes in is going to really move the market because it's illiquid right now. Like the market makers, of course, they're going to add liquidity to the market, but these large institutions are not making moves unless they see the other big players make moves. You know what I'm saying? So you have to follow the big players in the market, or the whales, I call it, for you to follow the trend, like the short term. Like for the five, I'm on the 5 minute right now. This is the short term daily trend. But on the 1 minute, there's short-term trends at the moment, right? At the moment where you're hitting these key levels and you see these orders come in. I don't see the volume profile lines on your chart. You look at them on a different chart. No, it's right here. But I have the yellow is value area high on the top, value area low here, and point of control here. Now, if I open up my volume profile, like you said, it's going to look messy. If I turn it on here, then you understand what's going on here, right? This large scale right here is point of control. That's the most volume, right? And then we have these little pockets here: low volume node, low volume node, low volume node. Uh, if you, yeah, I guess low volume node here, right? But the whole market around here for yesterday's range was around this area, right here, right? So if you want to look at the volume profile, it looks messy. I don't like to put it up because I like to just concentrate on value area high, value area low, point of control, right? This low volume nodes, I can already see it because this marks out, okay? This marks out my value area high. This marks out my New York session high, and this marks out also my previous day low. So you know, when you're day trading, these levels are already here with MGIs. So you don't have to have the volume profile and like obsessed with low volume nodes. Get what I'm saying? Yeah. If okay, so he's asking. So you only use lower time frame um, charts. So lower time frame, I guess, if you want to consider 5 minute and 1 minute lower time frames. 1 minute definitely lower time frame. 5 minute, I guess, if you want to do 5 and 15. I think it's like day trading and you know like zero DTE people like to use for stock options when trading. Um, but yeah, lower time frame. More for the most part, I don't enter on the 15, on the hourly or the 4 hour. That's more of like a swing trading strategy. And yeah, I don't use those levels. Gamma levels you're talking about. What about gamma levels, guys? Gamma levels are about options and on hedging for the large institutions. I do not know how to use options flow with order flow. Um, and that's an area that I probably need to research. Maybe, I don't know. But there's certain levels where there's like gamma pressure or gamma high pressure. I don't know. There's levels where there's like really open interest is very high on put or call options on options, and like, oh, it can't break this or it can't break that, or then the large institutions are going to come in and bring the price back to fair value. I don't understand that. I mean, I understand the concept, but when you say that these gamma levels or this gamma hedge pressure or whatever, okay, you have these levels with the hedge pressure on a chart, right? You have these put option, call options with the highest open interest, or you do whatever, the top three option levels, option strike prices where call options are heavy on the open interest for call options, and then three strike prices where the options are the open interests are higher on the put side. Okay, you put those levels there on your chart, but then when you get to those levels, how do you understand if 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 the participants are going to enter the market? You get what I'm saying? That's with level 2 data as well, right? You see the level 2 on heat map or big book map. You see the whatever the if you use heat map, you see the really like red levels, like really red levels or whatever. I don't know how they use heat map, but on level 2 you see it. You see all the like limit orders there, right? And they use these limit orders and level 2 data to like, oh yeah, the price is only going to go there, and when the price goes there, it's going to eat up all the market orders, and it's not going to go anywhere, and it's going to go back to fair value. But like, how do you know that, right? Right? Like, it's just advertised. Like you're watching TV, or I don't know, you're watching your favorite show, and commercial comes on for something. Oh, whatever is coming on, and then oh yeah, everyone wants to buy this like product. It's the same thing with level two. Oh yeah, Nike came on. They have a new fucking shoe. They've been advertising Nike whatever is coming out, right? Oh shit, they've been advertising this shit. Everyone talking about it. Everyone's gonna buy this shit when this shit comes out. It's the same shit as level two. Oh shit, it's gonna hit this price level, right? And everyone's gonna buy that shit because they've been advertising that shit is trending and it's at a low price. But you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Like they could just take out level two. They could just take out the limit orders. No, no problem, right? But if you're using the data that's happened in 2 sessions before you trade, it's a higher probability, these motherfuckers gonna step in. You get what I'm saying? Like if you use volume and MGIs at the same time, it's a higher proposition that these motherfuckers are gonna come in, right? I understand all that. Yo, this is a put wall. This is a call wall for the options, right? But like, well, I never looked at it. But show me where the call wall is. Show me where the put wall is, and then show me the big participants that are entering at those call wall and put walls, right? That's just what I'm saying. If if people are going to trade options flow and just trade options flow and not order flow while day trading, right? Show me that shit. I don't see anybody on social media showing me it. They could show me like where um ES ES or NQ is going to end up at the end of the day, right? But how they get there, right? Like you know large institutions wants to hedge their positions, but how are they going to get there? Right? They have to get there with order flow. They have to. That's just the way the market moves. It's simple as that. It's just the way the market moves, right? So you have to understand that the market moves because of buy and sell orders, and it's market orders. Limit orders, um, yeah, limit orders are from brokers. You have market orders that they just market in, and then you have buy stops, sell stops. Buy stops, buy stops, sell stops are just for whatever broker you use. Buy stops and sell stops are just market orders that your broker will do when you get to that price. That's all it is. So when you get to that price, we have a buy stop, sell stop. They're gonna say, okay, you get to that buy stop, all right. The broker is gonna market you in at that price level. So it's only market and limit orders that control the market, guys. You have to understand that market and limit orders move the market. Right? Options flow might give you a roadmap. Like I don't use that pre-market. I'm different. Like you guys could use that, but my thing that I learned and the way that I work for me, for my strategy and for my personality as a scalper, I want to know when I'm wrong quick and I want to know when I'm right quick. So if you have the same personality as me, you want to know quick and be wrong quick, then you could use my strategy. I'm not saying it's for everybody, because we're on the 1 minute, right? We're on the 1 minute, and it happens fast, and you just have to understand what's going on. So that's just the overall view of what I'm looking at, before market opens. And let's go to the order flow, and we'll just look at the order flow, and then we'll just entertain questions after the order flow. But let me just use the bathroom really quick, and I'll be right back. Just stay right here. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Backy back. All right, I'm back, guys. All right. So we're just gonna step into volume footprint candles. I think we get enough time. Um, tell you what I'm looking at pre-market. And then we just gonna jump into what I'm looking at with the volume footprint candles. Right. Okay. So 9:30 opens. We're around London High. Right. So this is my thinking. Yeah, we're gonna obviously hit London High here. So we this um, teal color is London High, right? Once we sweep London High, we get these zero prints here, and this is just when you see zero prints, is just that sellers are absent and they understand that we're gonna hit London High, right? They don't want to be in front of a moving train, and then when market opens, we get this aggressive move up, and these lime green markers and this green box is stacked bullish imbalance. So we hit here, and we see sellers coming in here at the 70s, not the 75s right here, with 689 seller volume. We understand that. Sellers come in, and then we get this kind of reaction here with the 482. Sellers come in right here, right? Sellers come in right here. This 482, I consider a whale, a large seller volume here. I say a large seller volume because anything over 400 on my settings on volume on order flow is considered a large volume. So when the sellers step on the bid and press market order, they're pressing market order for 482. And you see it here already. They're doing it here, but they get absorbed. At 689, they're already stepping in, but they get absorbed by larger passive limit orders for buy limit orders, way more than this aggressive market seller orders. Second candle comes in. These are 1 minute candles, guys, right? We come in, we have this rush of sellers coming in here. Okay, large seller whale, right? Now, so here, this is a bearish imbalance plus a delta, negative delta. So we expect price to go lower. The problem here is there's a stacked bullish imbalance here, and there's also London high here, right? So we understand that, you know, participants are going to come back in here once we touch back onto London high. So they stepped in here with a bullish imbalance. If they step in here, we come here, and we have another bullish imbalance. So normal candle, another normal candle. We're not looking, when I look at volume footprint candles, all these orders, right? These are like normal orders for market open. What I'm looking at are whales in the market, all right? And when these whales come in, are they getting absorbed or are they continuing the price? So right now, right, we have this big seller right here at 931, but we have this momentum of buyers coming in here. So we're not going to get in right here knowing that we have all of these buyers coming in here down here, and then we have London high up here. So already we have two like obstacles for this big seller to go against, right? He has to go against London high, and he has to go against this bullish stacked imbalance, right? So he has obstacles, right? So when you see a whale, you you have to look at the position or the context of what's going on, right? The purple line right here is VWAP. I understand we're in a long trend, right? But when this whale comes in, like, what is this whale thinking, right? Is he's thinking, he comes in, is he thinking, we don't know. But for us, we know that he's coming against London high and a bullish imbalance. So it's not an area where you want to get in, right? Okay, you understand that? So then we go move price along, right? We get all this price. There's no whales. There's no whales. We have our first whale here, right? We have our first whale here. Okay, so let's mark out our first whale right here. Okay, so our first whale comes in here. We got the whale. We got the delta flip, right? So delta is negative. Sellers are in control. We got the whale right here, 536. Okay, we understand that, right? So here, the difference between that and this seller whale is that we just swept London High, and we're coming back into an area that buyers were just 1 minute earlier came in, and London High. So we have to wait if buyers are going to come in here. So buyers did come in there, and it's 103. I mean, it's a soft one, right? Whatever. They came in. It's cool. They came in. Cool. Whatever. Right? But then now they're coming in again. They're stepping in again at this level. Right? So as an order flow trader, as a person that's using volume footprint candles, okay, they're coming in again, right? So what is your risk? So if you see them come in, right? Okay, you see them come in. So what I'm gonna do is wait for candle close to enter, right? I'm gonna enter right here. Okay, stops at the top of the candle, right? Top of the candle, because you want to have room for this big large seller volume to have an area where they're just gonna keep pouring it on, just see if sellers are just pouring it on at that level, right? You want to give it room because they're not gonna just hit it at like the 85s here. They're gonna hit it at 90s, maybe at 90s, or like 2500s maybe, or 25 100s. They're gonna hit it there, but you put your stop at a reasonable top of the candle. Usually what I do, right? Bet. Okay, so this green box right here is a box where these are stacked bullish imbalances here, right? This is the momentum that happened the first candle. Great. That's a stacked bullish imbalance. That's when buyers are 300% more, right? So cool. We understand that, right? So as a trader, you see that candle hit, and then the next candle has, let's put it over here. Next candle has a stacked bearish imbalance, right? 3 levels where the bears took control, right? We understand that, right? Happens, and then we have another influx where the buyers come back in and say, "No, we're taking in control," right? But you have to understand that this right here is still in, the context of our trade, right? This shows up, and you have to wait until, you know, this shows up, but then you have to wait for confirmation for more buyers to step in, like 295, 189. These are not large sellers, right? So they come in, and you're like, all right, cool, whatever. They come in, it's cool, but they're not like whale. They're not whales. They're not large volume, whatever. This is almost large volume right here, 373, right? And it aligns with our original uh, whale seller volume. So, in fact, you can use that data, and then, the next couple of candles, it moves down, right? Now, you can just have your take profit at this green box right here, where there was moment where buyers originally stepped in, right? Okay, or that's not a key level for me. I just know that buyers were stepped in at that moment. I want to see if buyers are going to step in at that moment, right? So you understand when it steps here, right? Look what happens. Buyers did step in, right? 237. We even have a 443 here. But what happened with the 443, guys? The 443 buyer volume is when buyers are hitting the ask aggressively and they want that price level. That's why it's highlighted in green, right? They want it, but what happens to the candle? Right? It closed right next to it. Right? This 443 should have brought this like up here or back up here. You know, it should have brought it higher, but it did not. It just stayed where it was supposed to be at. The next one, the next candle was all right. You know, they're coming in, but they're not. Show me a whale. Whales didn't show up, right? Sellers came back right in, and then we hit right here. We hit VWAP, right? And when we hit VWAP, it's a key level. I explained that before. But we hit VWAP. We have sellers trying to sell right through VWAP. They want to sell right through VWAP, but then we have buyers stepping in here at 577, which is greater than 469 volume. Right? It's a numbers game. Right? From 91 to 577, they're coming in here. Right? So you, as a scalper, understand that you are gonna take it and take the next low hanging fruit right here. You understand that you're gonna take it here. So you take it at VWAP. Why would you hold it here when you see this? When you see this buyer come in here, large here, right here, we see it, right? Let me just show you. Let me just show you regular candlesticks, bro. Like it's absurd. Like right here, right? This okay. I mean, this looks like a hammer, right? On the 1 minute. But you don't understand the context of just what happened, bro. You don't understand that the whale just come out, right? You don't understand like large volume just come out, right? So now this can also be a trade that you could take right from here, right? And you could take it here. And I'm not saying you could take it up here, but I'm saying you could take it to when this high right here, when you have a stack bullish imbalance, this is still, right? This is still a 2.8 R. But you understand like the pivots, and you understand the way when the whales come in, there's pivots, right? Like when the whale comes in and when the stack bullish imbalance comes in, you can then trail it when it comes in, right? So that's when what order flow gives to you, right? It hits VWAP, and this is what I've put in my free Discord. I I told you all about it like text wise, and then I just told you what's going on order flow. But then if you this is another setup that you could use if you are long setup. Yeah. And it's a 2.86, right? Or you don't have to follow them. You could just see this and put it to break even, right? Like here, you see this stack bullish imbalance. You can just break even or not be a pussy and just watch order flow, right? You just, it's so easy to hold positions and to enter positions with volume footprint candles, right? Um, it's hard to hold positions when you have positions like this, right? You have these candles. It's hard to hold positions because you do not know what's going on inside the candles. Okay, that's just the gist of it, right? So when it comes in, look, boom, come through that. We come through Asian high. Look at all the massive right through Asian high. Hey, guys, if you look at the free Discord and you look at the chat and you look at when buyers and sellers are coming in and when my foot soldiers are coming in and taking these trades, bro, I have in my Discord, I have a lot of people, I have a lot of members killing it because they understand what they're looking for. They understand there's absorption, there's understand aggression, and they understand delta flip, and they do it right. The only rule I have when we're trading together, I don't trade with them, but when we're trading together, is don't front run me. You know what I'm saying? So don't front run me. I get, and I'm for me, I'll get in front of people, but some of my some of my foot soldiers, they get in front of me, and it's cool, whatever. Like right here, absorption, we get through there. We come back down. Look at this guy, right? So we come up here, we take eight. This is crazy, right? We come up here, like I like after here, like after today, you have to understand, like you can't really you trade, you green, you step away, right? You green, you step away. I'm not gonna say it again. You green, you step away. I have risk management. I have a strategy where you could use to pass evals, whatever, on the free Discord. But you know, you see it, you take it, and you move on, right? You don't get greedy, right? But if you do get greedy, it's cool. We get greedy here. Like, look at this. We get greedy here, guys. Look at here. You know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy, right? Right here. It's a 1.47. You understand that um, this big, this big whale seller came in, and then you understand that the big whale buyer came in here, and then they just ran over this fucking um, large sail weller. I mean, large sail whale, and then it just came up here, right? So you can just pick your spots, bro. You could just pick them off. Boom, right here, bam to Asian Eye, right? And I don't even think you have time, right? Here, this is 1 minute candles. I didn't see the order flow here, but if you were just to enter candle close, I don't even think you have time to set your limit order. You probably would have got like you would just exited up here, and you would have been fucking happy as fuck. You would have been happy as fuck, right? But then don't forget that. Look what happens next. The sellers come in here, right? Then there's another opportunity. Like, there's a lot of opportunities, guys. Right? I'm not fucking with you. Right here to Asia High. Like, like we're not fucking with you. I'm not ICT. I'm not anybody else. I have low followers. Um my Discord has low members. You know, this is all within, like, you follow the settings, you trade my model, and this is what it shows you. Right? I'm not making shit up. This is not hindsight shit, right? Like, I'm already done before. I was already done here. This is my done shit. But then if you were to take it here, like just reading order flow, I don't even read these candles. But then here, boom here. Like, what are we even discussing right now? I mean, like, let's take out this purple box because it's not even like. But what are we like even discussing, right? Like 10. All right, 10 o'clock. All right, look at this guy, guys. Look at this guy. Like, do you understand? Like, it's not, bro. It's not, guys. What do we? I mean, I was only trying to make a video of what happened AM session with my trade, right? That was a trade I only took. Like, mind you, I only took that trade because I was already green for the day, right? I'm not gonna trade after. I'm green. What the fuck would I want to? But yo, all right, you want to wake up at 10 o'clock? Look what happens here. Like, do you understand the amount? Like, if you go back, I don't know why it's not transferring to my 1 minute here, but do you understand like the context of this shit? Like, do you understand this shit? Like, do you under fucking stand? What's going on here, right? Do I have to explain myself after the fourth time of what's going on today, right? And the trades I take, it's positive expected value, right? You have to understand when you're risking your own money and you're not full porting, you're not degen. You have to understand that you when you take trades, you have to have a positive expected value. You have to have when you're in a trade, you have to know that when you win the trade, um, it's positive, and whatever you're willing to risk, you just made three times that, right? Okay. Here is an example where we lost. Now we saw we saw the winners and we saw the losers right here, right? Actually, yeah, this is a good one because we came out view up. You know, sellers are coming off. We want to target, I guess, right here, right? We want to target London low or London high. Wait, London low, right? We want to take London low here, but the expected value of this trade, right? If this happens, guys, right? If this happens, this is a 4.8 R, right? We're trying to get 94 handles and we're risking 19.5. When the 19.5 hits, we out, right? We out. We can have five of these and then have this and break even. You get what I'm saying? But this is 1027 when the volume is like getting lower, right? Like we're not moving the markets with this kind of. We're gonna move it here, but as you know, the more time we have out of New York Open, we're not gonna, you know, get those kind of volume, whatever. Here, right? This could be a quick scalp, but I don't know. I'm not. This is an absorption play here because 412 got absorbed and it hits VWAP. But the problem is it hit VWAP and then we come back down. But it's a negative RR. I wouldn't take it. Right now we're at 1038. We're looking at the big participants in the market. We keep looking. We keep looking. We keep looking. I know there's not. It doesn't look sexy. We're not looking. Okay. Now there's another guy here at 412. Right. 412 hits here. Come in here. Stop here. We're trying to get to them here, which is nice. I love this trade. If everyone's gonna take this trade, we'll take it. Right. The problem is what happens here is we get cronked out by this guy. Right. This guy crunks us out with the 460. Right. So you get stopped out. You get stopped out for 21 handles, I guess. You get here. You come up here, and then these buyers, you get stopped out again. But this is 11 o'clock, guys. Right. 11 o'clock. You're coming into now less volume now, and it's not going to go in your favor. We get this another whale here, right? You just lost two. I don't know. If you want to just keep trading the whole, I don't know, guys. Look here. This is what you got to think here. Okay. This is about a 1.7 79. Big whale coming. You saw the delta. You look here, right? Put your stop loss, maybe like five up. It's there. We hit London London low. Okay, London low here, right? Or you could scalp this. I don't know if you're negative R traders, right? You could scalp this here. Yeah, there's so many shit that happened today. God damn! Like right here, you could scalp. Fuck. Wait, I gotta explain everything to you here. To here, this is 1.39 R, and then you have this motherfucker comes in. I don't know. There's a lot shit going on here to here. I would target VWAP up here, but like, what is the context though? Right now we're going like I don't know if I would take this because we're going into lunch hour, right? And what are we really doing here at lunch hour? We're gonna consolidate. We're not gonna hit VWAP, right? And if it holds, then we'll just mark it out, right? We'll mark this guy out. If it holds, then it holds. But in reality, we are in lunch hour, right? If we're gonna hold this, we're gonna hold it. I don't know. If we do, we do, right? I mean, the green box did. I don't know. Holds. I mean, holds. PM session. I'm not really a big fan of. And then, you know, 1 p.m. hits, and I don't think we have. We do. No, no. The problem here, guys. Right. 668, 607. They're canceling each other out. And then we move to PM session when volume is going to go. It's just going to decrease. Right. For us to really trade with the whales come out 9:30 to 12:10, and when 12:10 hits, you might as well pack the fuck up with AED model because these fuckers are gonna come in. It's very rare they come in PM session right now. It doesn't look like they're coming in, and that's how you read order. I mean, I gave you like I don't even remember 4 or 5 like positions, and if you look at the first purple box I made here, I mean, it doesn't get any crazier than that. So, um, that's how you read order flow, guys. I'm gonna go to the questions, and then that's it. Yeah, put your questions on the chat box, and I'll answer it. Where did I leave off? Damn. Oh, I left off at uh, I left off at yeah. They're talking about gamma. Yeah, I left off at gamma levels. Yep. EMA info for 9 and EMA are lagging there. Do they have any value in here? No. EMAs are just okay. So we have order flow, we have the candles, then we have EMA, right? So you are in the third. You are in the third like level of what's going on, and you're late to the party. EMA 9, EMA 20, you're late to the party, right? Sling 74, EMA indicators, you're late to the party. Um, Spoofing and bluffing level 2, yep. Good for breakouts. Order flow, yes, they are good for breakouts. Options don't move stock prices. A stock price moves options. Duh. Options are used for hedging. They're derivatives. So also with futures, they're derivatives also. They don't move. Um, they don't move a stock price, but futures are overall what the sentiment of the market is thinking before you even think of long term port or your stocks or your derivatives. Um, nah, he doesn't use moving averages. Yeah, I don't use moving average. Yeah, big institution buy options to hedge and exponentially grow their money. Then buy short and get the desired price points of the options they bought. All right, cool. Nice explanation, Justin Hit. Um, okay, noted. Thank you. If you enter 9:30 candle, how would you? You don't enter 9:30. I don't enter 9:30s. 9:30 candle, I leave it alone because too much volume coming in. You cannot read what's going on. Right? There's absorption, there's aggression. After 9:30, then you can read it. Bro, what the heck is the Shelt? You're overcomplicating Shelt? The shit? Oh, the shit. With previous orders, just show the price of the candle. Oh, shit. Rangopo 3370. Broke guy. Broke guy. Because I can, two things that I can understand why you're broke, right? You said you're overcomplicating shit with previous orders and you're just showing the price of the candle, right? And this is when I'm showing the 5 minute candle. Yeah, it's great in hindsight, right? And you don't understand orders, basically. Are you looking for whales on a relatively small candle? No, I just look at the volume footprint candles and I see anything over 400 with my settings. Like it has to be with my settings, right? With my settings, anything over 400 with my settings is a whale, right? I don't know. The default settings for TradingView is not whales. So you don't get out until you see a whale going against your position, correct? Yes. Yes, and yes, or I get out of my position when I hit a key level, or when I see absorption, or if I see a stack imbalances in the opposite direction of what I'm trying to get to, right? So he asked, if do you get out until you see a whale going against you, or do you like when do you get out? I get out if I see a whale in my opposite direction, I see absorption in my opposite in the opposite direction, or I see stacked imbalances in my opposite direction. I hope that helps. I've been moving my stop loss on the huge candle, I guess. I mean, with a huge candle, is there a large whale in that huge candle? Is it possible to set a whale alert? Now you're thinking, scalp galore. Now you're thinking, brother. We've checked Discord. I put up there an announcement. You could try to contact TradingView and request that we get that whale alert. He's talking about me. I woke up at 10. Yeah, it's a lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunities. Have you looked at the footprint on a hard time frame? Example, 2 minutes. No, I haven't. I looked at the 5 minute. I looked at 5 minute a couple of times, but the 5 minute is just the like overall view what happened with the 1 minute, and the 1 minute's more accurate. Join Discord. Gotta go. I appreciate you sharing. Thank you. That 11:45 candle had a whale seller, I think. Okay. 11:45. I don't know where. I think I discussed that 11:45. I don't know if I did. Let me just see. Right. Where's the whale seller? Where's the whale seller? Where's this guy? Oh yeah, Sling 74. Where's the whale seller? Where is the whale seller at 11:45? I don't see it. Where is he? It's 3:45, 3:27, 3:24. Not a whale seller. Anything over 400. Okay. Um, where did I leave off? Oh yeah. Would AED work for gold? Same time frame or higher? Nope. I don't know anything about gold. You would have to tell me if it works for gold. So you literally don't look at any other time frame besides 1 minute. No, I look at 5 minute. I just showed you for the first half of my video of what I look for pre-market. I just showed you what I look for pre-market, right? Without order flow, just volume, guys. I just showed you what I look for with volume pre-market. You understand that? You understand that or nah? I think you just went over it yesterday, but not today's. Maybe I missed it. Yeah. I just looked at what happened New York session for today, not yesterday's. If you want to look at yesterday's, I have a trade recap at the free Discord. Okay, anything over 400 as well. Yep. All right. Any other questions before I go? Any other questions before I go? I drop like I drop a lot of gems here, right? I dropped I drop what I'm looking for before even the fact I look at volume footprint candles, and then when I look at volume footprint candles, then I show you what the fuck's going on. So and the 1 minute chart is all I just said it. I don't need no 1 minute is for my 1 minute chart is for my execution, guys. 5 minute chart is what I'm looking at as an overall picture, right? This 5 minute chart you see right now is the overall picture. If I zoom in with the candles, it still has the levels, but they're zoomed in, right? Like I'm watching every I'm watching every level or every order flow candle on the 1 minute for execution. But I understand context wise what's happening on the 5 minute regular candlesticks 5 minutes. I understand what's going on. Regular candlesticks 5 minutes. This is my plan for when it hits it. Then I look at order flow. It hits these levels. I look at order flow. Um, yeah, gold and silver won't work. Not enough volume to tell if it's a whale or not. Um, I don't agree with that. I agree if you were to trade gold and silver on a daily basis, you understand um you understand what a large volume is for gold and silver, and you understand how many ticks gold and silver moves, so you understand the tick basis compared to your large volume basis, and then you just have to set your settings to um what is considered like literally what is considered like a small move for silver or gold, and then you amplify it to what is a large volume of silver and gold, if that makes sense, right? For NQ for Nasdaq, I identified that 5 points on Nasdaq is like a small move for me. So I identified that five points is small move for me, and then within these 5 point handle moves on Nasdaq, then I could see what volumes happens in five handle increments, and then I can identify what the big size is with that. So you have to understand for silver and gold, what are the tick, like how many ticks would is an average move for silver and gold, and then you have to amplify it to like then with the tick movement, what is considered a large tick movement for silver and gold. That makes sense for my silver and gold traders. And that that's how you move. And then I don't know if they follow pre-market. I, I don't even know if silver and gold have pre-market. Um, I think they do. Do they? I mean, silver and gold's traded. Yeah, I guess. I mean, for futures, it might be. I don't know. You know, you have to look it up. But that's how I would approach it. Thanks. Thank you. Footprint chart doesn't look good on gold, what I've seen. Okay, yeah, sure. But if you have my settings on gold, it doesn't look right, right? Because my settings are for NASDAQ. Like my footprint settings are from NASDAQ. If you're gonna transfer and just change it to gold or silver, it's not gonna look the same, obviously, because you don't understand how it moves, right? You have to understand how silver and gold moves, and then you adjust the footprint settings, right? Like if you were to just have the default settings on footprint to Nasdaq, you would be all the haters in the comments saying, "Oh shit, yeah, your shit don't work. Your shit don't work. Nah, nah, tick base, all that tick base bullshit." Right? You understand me? Like all these haters like would then get the premium subscription for TradingView, have the default settings on TradingView, right? And say, nah, this shit don't move as if it was to move a motive wave. It doesn't move as ATAS. It doesn't move as deep chart, right? Like you have to understand. Like my shit is not even second level shit. My shit is, if you break it down, my shit is like, is deeper than that. You have to understand what asset you're trading with, right? Like silver and gold, I don't know. I mean, let me know if it's profitable. But for now, Nasdaq. Okay. Um, did you explain what exactly Delta Flip was? If you did, I can just look at the recording. Yeah, look at the recording. Look at the other lives. I explain it on all of my other lives because it happens every day. Delta flips, right? And the confluence for it happens in every live video I've ever explained. So go to lives and you'll see it, Jeff. It's when the delta goes. Okay, yeah, he explained to you. Market is pumping. Good, great. Yep, thanks, bro. I'm looking at his chart. NQ moving now. Yeah, because it just opened 6 o'clock, guys. We're not looking for trades. I'm I'm just reviewing what happened on Thursday, right? We're not looking for any trades right now. I mean, we might be looking. I have different things going on. I might forward test Asian session right now, and yeah, we'll see what happens with this Asian session. Uh, what lot sizes do you generally use? What what lot? Yo, Sling 74, my guy. Are you trading forex? Or are you trading futures? Right? There's different meaning for lot sizes, right? If you're coming from forex, I understand. Yeah, 1.0 lot size. If you're trading for NQ, you're talking about one mini, right? Like, what lot size do you generally use? Does it depend on the size of Delta Flip? No, it doesn't. It depends on the fucking size of your fucking portfolio or the eval or the funded um funded account you're trading, right? I always emphasize to everybody you have to have three sizes. You have to have your small, medium, large size, right? And depending on what you're trading and what you're doing, at that moment you have to have a light, medium, full size, right? And for that is the AD model. If you just have aggression, light size. If you have aggression, absorption, medium size. If you have aggression, delta flip, medium size. If you have absorption, delta flip, medium size. If you have all three, unload the boat, full size, right? So there's if it's gonna go with your idea, with the order flow is looking in your favor, then you add more size, right? You add more size to it. So that's how you generally look, generally how you would risk and size in for, your trades. Yeah, I tried that out. Gold, silver. Yeah, okay. It's unplayable. I hear you. Makes sense. I love your ship. Just not on gold. Bro, I don't trade gold and silver, so I don't understand why everyone thinks I trade gold and silver. Everyone buy now. Okay, cool. Is your forward testing still AAD? Just different Nelson. No, forward testing, the same settings. If you're doing NASDAQ, forward testing is the same shit, right? Look at my Discord. I don't say anything, right? I don't do any market analysis, right? I don't do any of, I don't say anything and then just look at my members. Right? They're calling out these whales. They're calling out the absorption. They're calling out the aggression, and they're making money. Right? I don't say anything, and they're making money, right? And that's why you got to look for with these discords, right? I can't hand you a trade. I can't tell you I'm going in. I'm signaling this trade. This looks good. I'm going in. I'm going in with this size or whatever. I don't do that shit. Why would I do that shit? See? And you understand that when you join my Discord, because I don't like when people front run me. Well, I like it, but I don't like it at the same. 25K is different from 150K. I don't know what you're saying. Thanks for do you use live sessions reviews regular? Yeah, check the Discord, bro. It happens. It happens on a regular basis. You're only asking these questions because you haven't checked the Discord. So check the Discord. It's in there, and yeah, all day. You hope to be a front runner. Thanks, Fred. Yeah. Yeah, we're coming out on 1 hour and 21 minutes. Um, I think I covered everything. If I did not cover everything, you can just look back, read the order flow, and yeah. I mean, this is like one of how many videos that I've showed you. It's been a great trading environment. If you guys haven't, link in the bio. Discord's there. Um, yeah, it's almost 1,500 members. Um, everyone's profiting, and yeah, I'll never sell you signals. Number one. Um, I'll just sell you how to use order flow and volume footprint candles. That's all. Um, I, I'll definitely probably come back on maybe tomorrow, maybe, and let you know what's going on. But as of now, you have all the tools, and yeah, join the Discord. Let me know how you use the tools tomorrow. I'm not gonna say anything. All right, I'm gonna wait until people, reply on the traders chat and see what they're seeing, and then you can compare. Like, I don't even have to talk shit, right? I could talk shit in this live, but with the Discord, I don't have to talk shit. They'll just tell you for me, right? And then I'll just validate it or confirm it. But yeah, all free. Join Discord. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.